Dear friends, this evening we look back at 2020, which brought events and changes that none of us anticipated. As we look back, we are mindful of the thousands of people who passed away due to the pandemic that spread its blanket over our world. Won't you please take a moment with me as we bow our heads in silence for the many who have passed away. Let's bow our heads in silence for a moment. Thank you. Tomorrow is a new calendar day, the 1st of the 1st, 2021. As we look towards 2021, we do so with great uncertainty. What 2020 taught us is that we are vulnerable, frail human beings, and that our control of this world and the events in our lives is but an illusion. We look towards 2021 with hearts that are more aware of the fact that God is ultimately in control, and that He who is with us enables us to endure that which comes our way. Even though we look at 2021 with uncertainty, I want to encourage you this evening to lift your gaze even higher and look further than the year to come. I want to encourage you to think about and meditate upon that which is certain, the promise of eternity with Jesus. The gift of eternal life is not just a future promise, but a promise, a certainty, a reality that we can stand on and act on today with our gaze set towards heaven. Paul Tripp wrote the following about how meditating on the promises of eternity can affect your life today. If you meditate on a promise of eternity, you won't load life on your shoulders, hoping to exercise enough control over people and situations to make things work out okay. Instead, we live with the peace of knowing that a God of wisdom, power, and grace has already written the final chapter of our story. Now, if God has written the final chapter of our story, you know that He will meet all your needs. The promise of eternity also liberates us from relationships that are dominated by self-interests. This frees us to give ourselves to love and serve the people in our lives. Meditating on the promise of eternity tells us what we should be investing our resources in. We don't allow the principal purpose of our finances and time to be the amassing of earthbound treasures. We don't expend our wealth and energy on things that will quickly break or grow old or get stolen or decay or otherwise pass away. Meditating on the promises of eternal life changes the way that we suffer. If I know that this is not all there is, that God is moving me toward my final destination, then I know that this moment of pain and suffering is temporary. Paul says it is light and momentary compared to the eternal life I will experience. Living in light of eternity doesn't remove my pain, but it allows me to have hope in my moments of distress. Finally, the gift of forever frees us so that we can approach life with joy. Not superficial happiness because people around me like me or because my life is comfortable and predictable, but unshakable confidence because God has lavished the best of gifts, the gift of eternal life. God's grace has given us a present provision and future hope so we can live with certainty and deep settled joy even when life is uncertain, confusing, and challenging. I leave you with these words from 1 Peter 1 verse 4 to 5. Our living hope, living certainty is an inheritance that is imperishable, undefiled, and unfading, kept in heaven for you, who by God's power are being guarded through faith for a salvation ready to be revealed in the last time. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you, make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. Lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace as you look ahead at 2021 with your gaze towards eternity and your eyes fixed upon Jesus, the promise maker and giver of eternal life. God bless.